Tuesday, everybody. I'm First Alert Meteorologist Rodney Harris. You are taking a look at Tropical Storm Harold, which developed overnight just east of Texas. We've been talking about this disturbance that has been in the Gulf of Mexico for like the past week and the potential of it developing. So it's here. It's now a tropical storm. And as you can see, it's already pretty close to the coast of Texas, already producing rain from Brownsville all the way up to like Houston. So Harold will make landfall today. It'll be a very short-lived storm. It won't become a hurricane, but again, a big rainmaker for our friends to the west. That is what we're looking at in terms of the tropics. Harold will dissipate as it moves toward Mexico. Outside of that, we are also watching two additional systems that are still in the Caribbean and Atlantic. We have Tropical Storm Franklin, which is in the central Caribbean right now. That's moving toward the north and will impact the Dominican Republic this week, unfortunately. Then after it passes the Dominican Republic and reemerges in the western Atlantic, it's expected to become a hurricane. So we'll watch Franklin very carefully. At this point, not really expected to impact the U.S. And then there's Gert, which was a tropical storm yesterday, but has since been downgraded to a tropical depression. Gert should completely dissipate later on today. So that's a look at the tropics. We have had 9 storms so far this season, 1 hurricane, and no major hurricanes. Hurricane season continues to peak as we get closer and closer to like mid-September, and then by the time we get toward the end of September, we normally will peak down. The end of hurricane season is November 30th. So switching from the tropics to the heat, which is our story today. We are under a first alert because of the heat. Yesterday's high was 96. Today's high will be a little bit warmer at 98 degrees. So definitely try to avoid being outdoors for too long this afternoon if you can because of that heat. By lunchtime, the temperature is 91 degrees, 96 degrees at 4 o'clock. 98 will be right around 5 o'clock, typically between 4 and 5. So that is what we are looking at in terms of your heat today. And the reason why it's a first alert is more or less because of the heat index. We talk about this all the time. Even though the high is 98, the heat index, what it feels like on your skin, will be closer to 105 this afternoon, especially between 4 and 5. So make sure and give yourself, again, plenty of shade, plenty of water if you do have to be outdoors, although we discourage that today because of that heat. We do have a heat advisory that's in effect. It starts at 11 o'clock and will continue until 10 o'clock this evening. That does include all of Metro Atlanta, so that is the story for today. So we've made a couple of adjustments to your 7-day forecast. For Wednesday and Thursday, we've lowered the temperature just a little bit, enough to where the heat won't be quite as dangerous Wednesday and Thursday afternoon, so it will still certainly be hot, but not the dangerous heat that we're seeing today. So we have dropped the first alerts for Wednesday and Thursday, but then they come back for Friday and Saturday because our high temperatures will hit 100 degrees each day. Remember, when we hit 100, that'll be the first time since August 2019, more than 4 years ago. So super hot Friday and Saturday with heat index temperatures easily above 105 both afternoons. So watch out for that Friday and Saturday. In terms of rain, it'll stay dry for the rest of the week, but we do have a slight chance of rain that'll come back this weekend, and that'll continue through the beginning of next week. We do have a pattern change on Sunday. So the heat that we're seeing right now is because of high pressure, which is pretty close to us. It's centered over the Midwest right now, but that'll start to break down and move back toward the west by Sunday, so your highs will drop into the low 90s on Sunday, so still hot, but not as bad as what we are seeing Friday and Saturday. Sunday, your high is 94. By Monday, we're down to 89 degrees, so we'll drop the first alerts for those days. So as you plan any outdoor festivities today, Friday and Saturday, or the first alerts, that's where you really want to be careful in the afternoon. Outside of that, it'll just be your typical heat. Also want to point out, it's not really going to cool off much, especially this week at night, with temperatures staying in like the mid to upper 70s, especially inside of 285. So essentially, it's just going to be hot and dry for the rest of the week. We'll keep you up to date on this forecast. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez will have an updated forecast for you on Atlanta News First at noon. We hope you all have a great day, and until next time, we'll see you soon.